You have to understand that even at the end of the day, Adam alayhi salam was told one particular tree, the fruit of that tree is haram. It's impermissible for you to eat from that tree. And he and our mother made the historical mistake and we ate from that tree. But if you think about it from a logical point of view, we make lots of mistakes in life. And human beings, when they've come on this earth, they do some pretty bad things. People kill, rape, pillage, rob, steal, invade, take over other people's property, deny rights, abuse. We do all kinds of horrible things. And when you compare all of those things to eating a fruit, then it doesn't seem like such a bad thing. And actually, even in the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, أَزَلَّهُمَا. He caused them to slip. He caused them to slip. You would think this is the biggest mistake ever made in the history of humanity. And Allah Azza wa Jalla reduces it to what? A slip. He describes it as a slip. But Shaitan saw something more than just a fruit. He saw something more than just going near a tree. He had a very particular agenda. And that's what I wanted to highlight before you today. The first part of my khutbah seems unrelated to this part. In the first part I told you Allah created the human beings as beautiful and very attractive. Now listen to what Allah Azza wa Jalla describes from the mind of Shaitan. Allah is taking us inside the mind of Shaitan. فَوَسْوَسَ لَهُمَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Then Shaitan continually whispered to them and disappeared. Waswasa, yani hamasa wa ghaba. Hamasa wa ghaba. He would go and say, and then he would disappear. Then he'd whisper again, and he would disappear. The idea was you have to constantly bombard someone with a message before they accept it. This is the very nature of propaganda. Why do you think they run ads over and over again? Until you memorize the jingle. The idea, until the waswasa is done to you over and over again, it's not going to become part of your thinking. You know, you see a Coke commercial 8 or 10 times and all of a sudden I'm having Coke for iftar. And you don't even know where it came from. It was planted in your head. The idea of waswasa is keeps on suggesting something to them. Now, what is this goal? Allah says, لِيُبْدِيَ لَهُمَا مَا وُرِيَ عَنْهُمَا مِنْ سَوْآتِهِمَا لَمْ يَذْكُرِ الشَّجَرَةِ. He says, Shaitan kept whispering to them, listen to this carefully, so he could expose before both of them what was covered of them from their ugliness, meaning their naked bodies. Now this is difficult to understand because just a few moments ago in an ayah in the same surah, Allah said He created us what? Beautiful. And now He's saying Shaitan wanted that our parents were exposed to each other in their ugliness, meaning in their nudity. That he wanted to remove their clothes from them. That was his goal. Now what in the world, first of all, there are two problems here. Why isn't he saying the Shaitan just wanted them to eat from the tree? And the second problem is, why is all of a sudden Allah saying the same body that He made beautiful is now ugly? Why in the world would He say that? This is the problem that humanity must understand, but especially believers must understand. Allah Azza wa Jalla made this body beautiful. And actually, a man couldn't be more attracted than he is to a woman. The strongest of attractions that was put inside of a man is the attraction a man has for a woman. It's a very powerful force. As a matter of fact, it's so powerful that the same language is used for it in the Quran, that the same was used for the tree. لا تقربا هذه الشجرة لا تقربوا الزنا. لا تقربوا الفواحش. Don't go near adultery. Don't go near committing illicit relationship with a woman. Don't go near any form of shamelessness or lewdness. So it's dangerous. And it's something that just like the tree, you go near it, you're going to get sucked in. You're not even going to realize how far you've gone. You thought it was just a look. And you kind of liked what she looked like, and you looked again, and then she smiled, and you smiled back, and then things kind of started rolling from there. And then, things get out of hand. And before you know it, you're wrapped up in something and you don't even know how to get out. So the idea of you not going near it is good advice, because you don't even know where to stop. And when you get to a certain point, you can't stop. You're locked in. So Allah Azza wa Jalla now describes that when human beings expose themselves to each other outside the command of Allah, then that is in fact the ultimate ugliness. A man and a woman are supposed to have a beautiful, loving relationship. Allah made us beautiful for a reason, so we would be attracted to one another. But then He created an institution by which this relationship could be made legitimate. That this relationship should be made legitimate. But when human beings, because of their attraction to the opposite gender, seek that relationship, but they seek it in a way that is not approving to Allah, then that same relationship that they got into because of beauty, because of attraction, that same relationship actually becomes ugly. And it's not just the ugliness of a physical body. Somebody listening to this says, well, you know, I have a girlfriend, but she's beautiful still. I don't see how she got ugly after the Quran was revealed. No, that's not what I'm talking about. There's an ugliness inside you. There's a goodness inside you that dies. Human beings weren't just made beautiful physically. Human beings were made beautiful morally, spiritually, ethically. Human beings were made beautiful in their personalities. And when you engage in an illicit relationship, then some of that beauty that you have is gone. Some of that goodness that Allah gave you starts getting stripped away from you. You'll feel it being pulled away from you. So you'll find a young man who has an illegitimate relationship with some girl or whatever, or a girl the other way around. You'll notice that they're getting nastier and nastier with their parents. And they have a bigger and bigger anger problem. Like this relationship is there, but it's bringing out an ugliness in their life in other parts of their life. And you can't even tell where this came from. This is the sawat, this is the ugliness.